The state of Pennsylvania and the Philadelphia suburbs, they're trying to figure out how we're going to vaccinate everyone who's still waiting for a shot.
Yeah, the state wants to set up a regional mass vaccination site, but some of the counties say they're better off just doing it themselves. So the Pennsylvania Department of Health says while shipments of the vaccine have recently picked up, it still wants to place a state-run mass vaccination site somewhere in the region to offer the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. However, some county leaders in our area say they have their own vaccine sites. They just need the shots. So joining us now is the Pennsylvania's Acting Secretary of Health, Alison Beam. Madam Secretary, thank you for being on Good Day Philadelphia.
Good morning. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we
Wonderful.
can. So let's go right to the statement that they released, and I'm sure you've read it maybe a couple of times here. We're extremely disappointed to hear that the Pennsylvania Department of Health is not considering our request to allocate the Johnson & Johnson vaccine directly to Bucks, Chester, Delaware, Montgomery counties, and Madam Secretary, those are all in our viewing area here on Fox. We have reiterated our concerns about establishing a regional PEMA site for many reasons, and we remain deeply concerned that equitable distribution will be compromised at such a site. What say you?
So thank you again for the opportunity to join you this morning. So we have been working collectively on a site that really would be able to access not only those 4 counties, but the region, and allow the Johnson & Johnson vaccine or the Janssen vaccine to really bring the utility of the one-shot vaccination to the community. And so just stepping back, this is not at all taking away from the existing Pfizer and Moderna that is already going to the county and the providers that are doing a tremendous job within the collar counties. What we want to do is be able to use that Janssen vaccine in a way that the high throughput could be sustained. And we want to do this for a significant duration. And one of the ways that I think we've seen it done best, really taking best practices, not just from other states, but other regions, is to allow there to be a really high volume site that deploys the strategic thinking of not only PEMA, but we bring in the National Guard, we have great contractors, and we allow there to be a high throughput, high volume, sustained site while the counties and the local providers continue doing their mission as well. We have an abundant amount of room to improve on our equity strategy and our mission to making sure those who have maybe harder to reach challenges to actually getting vaccinated are reaching those shots. And we want to work with local leadership at what they know best. They know their neighborhoods
Where are you
best.
putting
Well,
this
the
thing?
thing is, though, this is what they're saying is best, to get it directly, so because they have the infrastructure and they would like to directly give it to the people in their areas.
Correct. And so what we want to have happen is that they can do that. The Pfizer and Moderna is still going to be used by all of these providers, pushed to the county municipal health departments, and deploy those strategies. And as we get more Pfizer and Moderna, which is forecasted right now from the federal government, we'll be able to continue increasing their allocations week over week while still having the mass vaccination site, which really is contemplated as an example across the state. We've been talking not only to the southwest and south central regions of the state, but also in the northern tier, where these mass sites can really drive that volume in a sustained way, using some of the great examples of success that we've seen, not just here with our educators and our childcare workers, but also in other states where they've had that sustained volume, while local leadership and local providers can continue meeting that equity need.
So then the other thing is, because these are some of the questions that were in the release that they put out, if we talk about these mass regional sites, the fact is not everyone will have the same access to it. For some, that'll be farther away. How do we make sure that there will be equitable access to them?
Absolutely. So one of the things that we've been also talking about is if the 4 collar counties were amenable to it, we could try and do 2 sites within the 4 collar counties. It would be a division of the same amount of shots, but we wanted to make sure we heard them. We understand that they were concerned about driving distance. The other aspect, and we've talked about this in other regions, is that we could contemplate mobile clinics in this, making sure that that one-shot utility is used as best as possible to meet a region's needs. And I know that some have raised the ability to actually move the mobile units across the 4 counties would be best situated.
That would be
and so
awesome. We need those mobile units. So, you know.
Couldn't agree more. And so what we've asked the local leadership is, how do you think we should best deploy this? And if they are interested in those mobile units, that is a strategy that we're open to as well. What we want to have is that mass volume, that sustained throughput, and really that relies on a lot of the
Okay,
logistics
so,
that
so
not
where's
just the
this,
state.
where's this big site going?
So that was our question to the local leadership. We wanted to have deference. We've done this, again, we've done this in 5 other regions of the state, and local leadership has coalesced around either one location or that mobile option. What we've asked is by the end of the day today, if the Southeastern PA leadership could be able to get us that location, we would be deferential to them who, again,
Yeah.
know the region and the geography best.
Maybe it's difficult for us because we have most of the population, don't we, down in the southeastern part of the state?
There's a significant amount of the population there too, but remember, we're also doing this in the southwestern part of the state. And obviously the Allegheny County region stretches far beyond just that county's population.
And then there's the fact that folks who've already pre-registered and they're already on a list, with this, would they have to start over and go back to the end of the line to go to one of these mass sites?
Well, we've actually talked with some of the local leaders about strategically making sure that the wait list can actually be turned into scheduled appointments at the mass vaccination site. So different and apart from a wait list, we want to actually give folks the peace of mind of a date certain, a time certain that they're going to get vaccinated. And one of the things about the mass vaccination site is we know that we can actually give certainty for weeks out as to how many appointments there would be. So we would be able to not just say to folks you're on a wait list, but instead be able to say, hey, and it might not be till the first or maybe even second week of April, but I think letting folks know that, hey, April 10th at 10:15 is your shot. That is the peace of mind that so many folks have wanted that I don't think a wait list has necessarily afforded them.
So these county location sites, they don't have any Johnson & Johnson?
So at this stage, the state's entire Johnson & Johnson or Janssen supply has gone to educators and childcare workers. That was a strategic decision that we made in conjunction with the legislative task force to make sure that we were having the ability to preserve what could be left of a spring semester for a lot of students.
One dose.
You got it. And the immunity comes within that 14 days. And so we wanted to, again, this was part of making sure that the asset that is a newly approved vaccine that is one shot does not just get flushed into the system and we just continue on with the normal routine that we've had since December. What we rather wanted to do is say, hey, this is something that we need to capitalize on. It's one shot. Let's be able to use it strategically. So right now, all of that supply is dedicated to our teachers and our child care workers and really getting kids back into school. So, what we've been forecasted from the federal government is that by the end of March, we might actually be receiving double what we had received in that initial tranche. And this is part of the strategic vision for making sure that that's used, again, to its highest utility.
Gotcha. Really quickly, because we are out of time, but I think for some people, seeing the statement from elected officials makes it seem like you guys aren't really working in tandem. There needs to be more conversations. What would you say to that? Because to have a meeting and you're saying, oh, we're working with them, but they're saying basically you're not, and you're working with the Boston Logistics Company. What is your response to that? Because that's concerning for people who live in our area.
Absolutely. And so one of the things that we've had a lot of deference to throughout this response are not just our local leaders by way of commissioners who we've met with routinely, but also the county municipal health departments, which, as you know, 3 of the 4 collar counties have right now, and one relies on the other. And so that's, again, this opportunity that we have this routine engagement, not just as local leadership, but actually as providers. Those county municipal health departments are engaged in our strategy through routine meetings, but also we keep our door pretty open by way of their outreach. We'd be as responsive as possible.
Okay. Well, thank you for talking to us today. We hope that we can, have more conversations with you as we get this process rolling and get those vaccines out there to everyone who needs them.
Wonderful. Thanks so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Secretary Beam. What an exhausting job. Jeez. I'm exhausted just talking about it.